Hello everyone, I am Annapurna SG, and in today's video, let us understand the journal entries of non-integrated accounting system. Dear students, as you all know, under non-integrated accounting system, we are going to maintain two separate books, one for financial accounts and another one for cost accounts. So in today's class, let us understand what are the various journal entries that we come across in cost accounting. To start with, as you all know, there are three important elements of accounts, namely material, labor, and expenses. So let us start with the first element, that is material. Coming to the material, here there are four types of transactions, namely purchase of material, issue of material, materials returned, and transfer of material from one job to another. To begin with purchase of material, when we purchase the material to store or to keep in stock, what happens? When we purchase the material for stock, it comes to our stores. Therefore, the stores ledger control account is debited, and irrespective of whether it is cash or credit purchase, we are going to credit the cost ledger control account. The reason behind this being the cash account, creditors account, debtors account, the account of fixed assets, and depreciation are actually replaced by a single account in cost accounting, which is namely cost ledger control account. Therefore, whether you purchase on cash basis or credit basis, the cost ledger control account is credited. Coming to the next journal entry, when the material is purchased specifically for the job, when you are purchasing the material for a job, obviously the account which represents the job is work in progress control account. Here the receiver is work in progress control account, so it is debited. And whether you pay in cash or you are purchasing on credit basis, in both the cases the cost ledger control account will be credited. So when you purchase the material specifically for the job, the entry will be work in progress control account debit to cost ledger control account. Coming to the next type of entry, this is for issue of material. Here, before you pass the entry, you need to consider whether the material you are issuing is a direct material or a indirect material. If you are issuing a direct material, obviously it will go to job for production purpose. Therefore, the receiver will be work in progress control account. Therefore, work in progress control account is debited. And from where it is going or who is the giver will be store ledger control account. As we already seen in the previous case that when we purchase the materials, it will be stored in store ledger control account. Therefore, from there we are actually issuing it to the production. Therefore, stores ledger control account will be credited. Therefore, the entry for issue of direct material is work in progress control account debit to stores ledger control account. Next, in case if you are issuing the indirect material, in such case, the receiver of the indirect material may be either the factory department or office department or selling and distribution department. Therefore, whichever department we are actually issuing, that respective department control overhead will be debited. And from where we are issuing the materials? From the stores ledger control account. Therefore, stores ledger control account is credited. So, in other words, we can say if you are issuing the indirect material to factory, then the entry will be factory overhead control account debit to stores ledger control account. If it is to the office, then office overhead control account debit to stores ledger control account. In case if it is for selling department, then the entry would be, when it comes to the case of returning the materials, here comes two cases. That is, previously we had purchased the goods from the suppliers. From there, it came to our stores ledger control account. From there, if it is a direct material, it would go to work in progress control account. In case if it is an indirect material, it would go to the respective overhead control account, that is either factory overhead control account or office overhead control account, or the last one is selling and distribution overhead control account, respective overhead control account. So before passing the journal entry, we should see whether the material has been returning from stores ledger control account to supplier account, or from the work in progress, that is direct material is getting to stores ledger, or it is getting returned from the respective overhead control account to stores ledger control account. So now let us go through the first scenario, that is returning the material from stores ledger control account to supplier account. So here it is, return to suppliers. In this case, the entry would be cost ledger control account debit to stores ledger control account, which is exactly the opposite of purchase of material entry. Here, when it goes back to the suppliers, what happens? He is returning the money, or creditors is going to get reduced. Therefore, cost ledger control account is debited. From where it is going? It is going from stores ledger. Therefore, credit the giver. Therefore, the stores ledger control account is credited. The next case is when the materials are returned from job to stores, that is the second one. If it is a direct material, who is the receiver? Stores ledger control account. And who is the giver? Work in progress control account. Therefore, the entry becomes stores ledger control account debit to work in progress control account. If it is an indirect material, what happens? Who will be the receiver of the material? Stores ledger control account. Who will be the giver of the material? The respected overhead control account. That is, it may be factory or office or selling and distribution department. Therefore, the entry would be stores ledger control account debit the receiver. He is the receiver. And credit would be factory overhead control account or office overhead control account or selling overhead control account. Next comes the case of transferring the material from one job to another job. Here, once again, we are going to apply when it comes to the case of allocation or absorption of overhead, it differs. That is, the factory overhead is allocated to work in progress control account. The office and administrative overhead will be allocated to finished stock ledger control account, whereas selling and distribution overhead would be allocated to cost of sales account. So in all this case, these are the receiver and these departments will be the giver. Now let us go by understanding this, let us go through the ledger journal entries. Firstly, the factory overhead will be allocated to work in progress control account. Then the entry would be receiver account debit to giver account. Therefore, work in progress control account debit to factory overhead account. The same you can see here. For allocation of factory overhead, the entry would be work in progress control account debit to factory overhead control account. In case of office and administrative overhead, it will be allocated to finished stock ledger control account. Therefore, the entry would be finished stock ledger control account debit to administrative overhead control account. When it comes to the allocation of selling and distribution overhead, it will be allocated to cost of sales account. Therefore, the entry would be cost of sales account debit to selling and distribution overhead control account. So, the next one or the next entry is, if in case there is a over or under absorption or under recovery of overheads. So, you people might have come across the profit and loss account in your financial accounts, isn't it? For the same account, if you add one word, that is costing, then it will become costing profit and loss account. So on the debit side, what are you going to enter? You are going to enter the expenses. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains, isn't it? The same approach is used for the next entries as well. So whenever there is over recovery, what is the meaning of over recovery? You have recovered more than the amount which actually has incurred. Therefore, excess amount is considered as an income, then the entry would be respective overhead which is over recovered account debit to costing profit and loss account. When you have under recovered, then it means you're going to incur some more amount on that, isn't it? It's a kind of expense. Therefore, for the case of under recovery, the entry will be costing profit and loss account debit to respective overhead control account. So let us see the same entries here. For over recovery, the respective overhead account is debited. Whichever account, whether it is a factory overhead or office and administrative overhead or selling and distribution overhead, whichever account is over recovered, such account will be debited to costing profit and loss account. In case of under recovery, whichever account is under recovered, that difference amount is credited to costing profit and loss account. Therefore, the entry would be costing profit. Next is the entries regarding the finished stock. Before going through this, let me explain you the process again. Till now what we have done, we took the direct material, direct labor, direct expenses we charged it to work in progress control account. Along with this, we also charged the factory overhead to work in progress control account. Once the work is completed, this amount will be transferred to finished stock ledger control account. Here, along with this amount, we are also going to charge the office and administrative overhead to finished stock ledger control account. Once it becomes completed, this amount will be charged to cost of sales account. The cost of sales account includes, along with this finished stock ledger control account amount, it also includes the selling and distribution overhead amount. So this becomes the total cost of sales. So from here we are going to sell the goods. So let us understand this process using the journal entries. So once the work gets completed, it will go to finished stock ledger control account. Therefore, the transfer of cost of completed jobs is, the entry will be finished stock ledger control account debit to work in progress control account. Now it has come here. What is the next step? From here it will go to cost of sales account. Therefore, the entry will be cost of sales account debit to finished stock ledger control account. See the entry here. To transfer the cost of goods sold, the entry will be cost of sales account debit to finished stock ledger control account. Next, what happens from here? It will become sale. When the goods are sold, what happens? The cost of sales will go out, whereas the money or debtors will come in. Therefore, the entry will be to record the sales, cost ledger control account debit to cost of sales account. In case of sales returns, it will be the opposite of the same entry. What happens here? The sale of goods would either result in profit or loss. What does the rules of nominal account says? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains, isn't it? So whenever we incur the profit, the costing profit and loss account will be credited as credit all incomes and gains to cost of sales account. Similarly, when we incur the loss, the costing profit and loss account will be. Next comes the miscellaneous entries. When it comes to the miscellaneous entries, always remember the wastage of material, if it is normal, it will be charged to factory overhead control account. Similarly, the next element, that is labor, the wastage of labor is nothing but the idle time, isn't it? If it is normal, it is also charged to factory overhead control account. I repeat it for you. There are two elements, important elements. One is material and another one is labor. Coming to the wastage of material or labor, it may be either normal or abnormal. In both the cases, the normal will be charged to factory overhead, whereas abnormal will be charged to costing profit and loss account. Now let us go through the journal entries. For the normal wastage of materials and stores, the entry will be, as I said, the factory overhead will be debited in case of normal wastage. Therefore, factory overhead control account debit to stores ledger control account. The next one is abnormal wastage of materials. For abnormal wastage, the costing profit and loss account will be debited to stores ledger control account. Why are we creating the stores ledger control account? Because this material comes from the stores. Next one is the abnormal gain of materials. It is exactly the opposite of the entry of abnormal wastage of material. Here what happens? Stores ledger control account debit to costing profit and loss account. When it comes to the idle time is nothing but the wastage of time by the labor without making the productive use of it, isn't it? Therefore, for normal idle time, the entry will be factory overhead control account debit to wages control account. For abnormal idle time cost, costing profit and loss account debit to wages control account. I hope you people are able to understand all the entries.